Hey gang, and welcome to another Animal Crossing video. I'm Crossing Channel, and with the Animal Crossing Direct almost on the way, one question is on the mind of many players right now, and that's if we'll see an upgrade for Nooks Cranny finally after all of this time. Currently, Nooks Cranny can only upgrade once, which is a huge downgrade from past Animal Crossing games where there were multiple versions of this Nooks store that had more items and even different characters featured. So, could we finally see this happen in this big update? Well, there is good evidence to suggest that a Nooks Cranny update has been planned for Animal Crossing New Horizons. So I'll be taking a look into this and more details you need to know about shop upgrades in Animal Crossing New Horizons. So let's take a look. Now, as I mentioned, there is evidence that a Nooks Cranny upgrade will come to Animal Crossing New Horizons at some point in the future. This was actually discovered quite a long time ago by data miner Ninji, who is one of the most prominent Animal Crossing New Horizons data miners, who has discovered many other interesting additions within the code that actually made it to the game. This does include stuff like the Roost, which Ninja data mined over a year ago now, which is finally making it to the game, so that suggests that other data mined content definitely could make it in as well, and Nooks Cranny was discovered to have a potential third version. Now, as the tweet suggests, nothing is really known about this third version and what it would entail, how complete it was, or really anything about it, but there is evidence there to suggest that it is something that Nintendo planned at least at some point in the game's development. And this definitely would make a lot of sense because, as I mentioned, in past Animal Crossing games, Nooks Cranny has had a ton of different upgrades, some that were honestly massive and probably wouldn't fit on our current islands, but that's no reason not to have any further upgrades for the store in New Horizons. Not only that, but when we actually take a look at Nooks Cranny, we can see there is a ton of empty, wasted space around it that honestly serves no purpose whatsoever, that they easily could have filled in if they intended for this to be Nooks Cranny's final upgrade. We saw a similar amount of empty space before the museum upgraded to have the art exhibit, so it's definitely possible that this space could just be a simple placeholder until Nooks Cranny reaches its final version where the full space will be filled in. That definitely would make a lot of sense. It's also pretty crazy to think that the museum has had so many upgrades now in Animal Crossing New Horizons, yet we only have one upgrade for Nooks Cranny, giving us two versions of it. That feels like a huge shame to me, and something that Nintendo could easily improve with one more version that gave us more item variety and maybe introduce Leaf, who of course would have a fantastic role there like he did back in Animal Crossing New Leaf, since Leaf no longer has his own store. Now, sadly, it doesn't seem like there's any evidence whatsoever that the Able Sisters store will receive any kind of upgrade, and honestly, this does not surprise me, even though it's a bit of a shame. The Able Sisters never had upgrades in past Animal Crossing games, though it would be fantastic if they could finally get an upgrade, and maybe we could see Label join them and start selling accessories from there. That would be a great addition like we had back in Animal Crossing New Leaf. Maybe even Kix could join them, or Gracie, I honestly don't know, but personally I don't believe that is going to happen. I think they're probably going to keep the Able Sisters the way it is. Still, I do think an Able Sisters upgrade will be great, and I'd love to hear your ideas for this in the comment section down below. Either way, I do think that if Nooks Cranny was finally going to get an upgrade, this would be the time that we would see it. After all, this direct has been confirmed to be 20 minutes long, which is no short amount of time, especially for an update for a game that has been out for over a year. That says to me we will see some more significant updates that aren't just the Roost, and I think Nooks Cranny would be one of the best ones we could possibly get. After all, having more goals to work towards and achieve in the game is something that New Horizons sorely needs, and without it, there's not as much to do every day, and that stops people from playing. I will say that sadly, I sincerely do not believe we will see any more standalone buildings in Animal Crossing New Horizons, at least on our main island. Therefore, it means that if we are going to see some of these characters get their own shops, they'll most likely be integrated into the existing buildings. That would make a lot of sense for characters like Leaf, as that's something they actually did back in Animal Crossing New Leaf as well, so I really would enjoy seeing that, and I personally don't really need to see a standalone store for someone like Leaf, or Kix, or Label, even though it would be kind of cool. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below though. Do you think we will see some shop upgrades in this latest Animal Crossing Direct? I'd really love it if we did. It would just make me so happy if we finally had something new to work towards in terms of Nooks Cranny, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. If you made it to the end of the video, be sure to comment Bob's Gang down below. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, and you can also subscribe and turn on channel notifications for more Animal Crossing videos. I want to give a big thanks to these channel members for their continued support of me and what I do here on this channel. If you want to become a channel member, click the join button down below the video or the link in the description to learn more. You can get a whole bunch of cool perks like exclusive emojis, a badge by your name, access to our members only Discord and our members only podcast too.